Hello, plenty going on with the weather this Christmas week, ending up with a real fight between mild air and cold air. Not much of a fight though at the moment. At time of recording, an exceptionally mild Monday. The mild air has definitely won out for now. In fact, we saw one of the biggest rises in temperature, biggest single day rise in temperature between Saturday and Sunday ever recorded across the UK. So exceptionally mild conditions for Monday. Not going to last. Cooler air is gradually pushing in over the next couple of days. But what I really want to show you is come the end of the week, and we've got quite a contrast between cold air sitting across parts of the north and the mild air sitting to the south. And this is the setup. This is the big scrap that's going to take place between the mild and the cold as we go through the Christmas period. More on that in just a second. First of all, let's come back and go through the week day by day. You can see the swirl here. That's an area of low pressure which is dictating our weather at the moment. It brought the mild conditions, but these weather fronts are also bringing spells of rain and drizzle. The isobars are opening up across England and Wales, which means Tuesday won't be as windy. And actually, for most of us, Tuesday will be a much brighter day compared to Monday. A bit of rain perhaps early on across eastern England, but that should scoot away. And close to the low, there'll be lots of showers packing into northwestern parts, the Highlands and the Western Isles with snow on the hills. Elsewhere, bar a few showers for Northern Ireland, North Wales, Northwest England. Most places having a dry and a bright day on Tuesday. As I said, for England and Wales, the winds will be lighter, but slightly cooler air is coming in. However, temperatures are still going to be above average and still an awful lot higher than they were for last week, 8 to maybe 11 degrees Celsius. Through the course of Tuesday night and into Wednesday, we're looking at another area of rain pushing in across England and Wales. Some uncertainty about when this will clear from the east. Could be quite a wet start, a wet morning across parts of eastern England. But once that's out of the way, we're then back to more westerly winds and a mixture of sunshine and showers, with plenty of showers yet again for western Scotland, where it will still be pretty windy. A breezy day elsewhere, meaning the showers will chug through and there will be some sunny spells in between. And temperatures by Wednesday back closer to average, although still double digits across parts of the south. Big question marks for Thursday and Friday on the details, so don't take these charts too literally, but we are looking at further outbreaks of rain coming in, certainly across England and Wales. The main thing to take away from Thursday's chart is the wind direction. In the south, coming up from the south, in the north, coming down from the north. We're starting to see that setup of that north versus south, cold versus mild weather patterns. And that continues into Friday as we see a weather front's likely to bring a spell of rain moving in, but as it hits the cold air, it could be providing some snowfall for a time. This low and this weather front in particular are the ones to watch. Now, I said don't take this chart too literally either. There'll be showers across the south, but where that weather front lies, there could be some more persistent rain, and on its northern flank, there could be some snow. But where that weather front lies, that is the big question mark at the moment, as these next graphics will show. When we run Met Office computer model, that's where the most likely scenario for that weather front is, but that's only running the model once. What's more useful is to run the computer model many, many times, and then you get a better idea of how much confidence we can have in the forecast. And when you see this chart, well, that does bring a bit of a question mark about Friday's details. The UK is under here, and each of these red lines represents, when we run the computer model, a position of that weather front. Now, quite a few of them do have it over northern England, Northern Ireland, southern Scotland, but also quite a few of them have it way further south. So there's quite a big range here, quite a big spread of where that weather front could be. And that's our computer model. The European computer model is having a similar issue. This is its spaghetti plot showing where that weather front could be. And again, quite a range. The UK is under here, so it could be across northern Scotland, it could be across southern England. In all of these scenarios, notice the orientation of that weather front is the same. So we know what the setup's going to be. The question mark is, where will that boundary be between the cold air and the mild air, and where will that band of rain with possibly some snow mixed in be lying? And that is the big question mark as we head towards the Christmas period. Why the uncertainty? Well, I'll show you this next graphic, which may help to explain things if we look at the broader picture. And first, take a look at what's going on high up in the atmosphere with the jet stream. Notice a few areas of low pressure all lining up, and they're all being pushed along, developed by the jet stream, taking the wet weather at times across the south over the next few days. But notice further north, the colder air is in place and trying to push down. And that's the scrap between the milder air being pushed along by the jet and the cold northerlies setting up through Friday. Let's take a look even further afield now. We're going to rewind back to the middle part of the week and see what's going on over the other side of the Atlantic into North America. Really cold air here, much darker blues driving south from Canada into the United States. Warm air still to the south, and that contrast between the cold and the warm is really pepping up the jet stream here. This big drive in the jet stream across the United States. Look at what happens to the pressure pattern because of that active jet stream through the middle of the week. Look at this low pressure just really intensifying and becoming a real beast over the Great Lakes for Friday. That has a knock-on effect. As the pressure drops here, it allows pressure to build, higher pressure across Greenland and Newfoundland. And this area of high pressure, as it slightly moves a little bit further westwards, will allow around the top of it northerly winds to drive down towards the UK. And that's why there's some uncertainty with all that development going on in the United States. The knock-on effects, that chain reaction that's going to happen, will dictate how strong the northerly winds are and whether they can work against that jet stream bringing the milder air across the south. And that's what we need to keep our focus on as we head in towards the Christmas period. The message at the moment, if you've got plans traveling over the latter part of this week towards Christmas, stay up to date with the forecast. And the best way to do that, of course, is to follow us across social media.